Howdy.
Hello, hello, hello.
How's everybody? This fine, fine, fine. Is it Thursday already? Wow.
Yes, it is.
Wow, it is. It's Thursday already and the sunshine and in daylight savings time coming up here pretty soon where we get to sleep an extra hour.
I don't know. I thought they moved it back or something.
Well,
Like
I'd sure like them to leave it the heck alone because I get tired of getting used to something and then they change it.
I do too. I wish they would stop doing it. Some states have stopped doing it.
Yeah, I know Nevada's one of them.
Yeah.
I think Arizona's one too. Well, we got us a good night tonight. We got a lot of things that we're going to cover. So
Yep.
let's just dive right on into it.
Okay. Well, but first we have to tell them the exciting news what we have for the debate. The night of
Oh,
the debate.
okay. So debate night, we decided that, if Kamala lies, which she does, if Kamala lies in the first lie, every lie that she tells, I am going to buzz her. Wrong, 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 wrong. Kamala, you have lied again. Hopefully, my batteries will last throughout the debate. And Linda is going to be on Trump's side, which I like to be on Trump's side, but I couldn't find me a good enough thing. She did. Is going to ring a bell like ding, 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 ding. Go ahead. See, winner, winner, chicken dinner. It should be a lot of fun.
It should be.
All right.
Oh, and we're going to be on later.
Oh, yeah. And we're going to be on later because the debate starts at 9 o'clock Eastern time. So we're going to go on about a little bit after 8 or so because we don't want to miss anything.
Right.
But then we don't want to get into all of the talking and everything beforehand. So figure about. We said 8:45, but I think we'll miss something at 8:45. Don't you?
I don't know.
Maybe. Go on maybe about 8:15, 8:30.
Sure.
Just watch for us, y'all. I just know it's going to be somewhere around that time. All right. So, Linda promised you facts on our wonderful. Oh, and by the way, today, since you're going to do this, I got to tell this.
Okay.
Our wonderful marshmallow president. That I don't even think he's running the office, but he's there anyway.
Right.
He was talking or doing a whatever rally or whatever he was doing today, and he called her camel. He goes, Camel and I thought, you obviously wasn't at the debate because they told you how to pronounce her name. It was comma, la.
Maybe he's doing it on purpose.
I know, he's funny. Funny guy.
That is funny.
But I thought, oh, there you go. You're not even pronouncing her name right. How do you expect us to pronounce it right?
Well, I mean, he really doesn't have to, does he?
No, he doesn't even pronounce his own name right. So, I mean, he don't even know his real name. So there you go. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to shut my mouth and let Linda take over and tell you all of her fun facts about what a great person this woman is.
I have 10 facts. You can look them up.
All right.
I'm going to start with when she was the district attorney in San Francisco. Let me get a drink. My voice is a little today. I almost said froggy.
Well, that's what our president is, a little froggy.
Okay, so the first thing that she did for a fact was she gave probation to a violent criminal that later went out and killed 2 other people. Fact number
Wow.
1.
Wow.
Fact number 2.
Wow.
She shielded convicted crack dealers, and if they suspecting they were illegal immigrants from the federal immigration offices. Fact.
Wow.
Now let's move on to her wonderful California Attorney General position.
I didn't know she was Attorney General.
Oh, yeah. Did you know she was a senator too?
I think I remember hearing something about that, but yeah.
But she opposed the concealed carried weapons permits for law abiding citizens unless they had a reason other than they needed an extraordinary reason other than personal safety. So if you could come up with a reason why you needed a gun other than protecting yourself, then you could get a concealed weapon permit.
Oh, so she was going along with that Second Amendment. That's all right. She defended it. Now she's not. Now she wants to take guns away from everybody. All right. Carry on.
Well, but that's what I'm saying is that she what else? I mean, how many people have jobs where they have to transport money? You know what I'm saying? Like maybe a restaurant or something like that.
Well, she's helping the people that's going to rip them off.
Right.
She's on that side of the law.
Yeah. So, and the other thing she did was she categorized rape as an unconscious person, human trafficking involving sex acts with minors, assault with a deadly weapon, and more as non-violent crimes, allowing inmates who committed those offenses to get, now wait for it, early parole. Yes, folks, this is what people are voting for. All right. So what did she do for the year? Donations to a fund that bailed out non-convicted rapists, assaults, and murderers. She was helping collecting money for bail.
I heard she was somehow involved in that January 6th thing where those guys got put into.
Oh, I believe it.
Into jail. I didn't. She. Oh no. She got those ones out. She got the ones out. Remember the ones that were burning everything down and carrying on like a bunch of heathens? Yeah, she got them out of jail. I remember hearing about that. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. She co-sponsored Bernie Sanders' $32 trillion socialist government healthcare takeover plan that would raise taxes, increase national debt, and functionally eliminate private health insurance. These are facts, you guys. Facts. This is what
she believes in that gray area, that area of helping the people that don't need help, that need to be euthanized.
Right. And the other thing she did was she co-sponsored with AOC, go figure.
Oh yeah, there you go.
$93 trillion Green New Deal.
The Green New Deal.
Which would kill up to 2 million American jobs and cost the average family $165,000. Now, just in 2 things of her being in the Senate, folks, you're talking about $125 trillion with a T, $1 trillion in 2 of her proposals. Is that crazy?
She just don't know what the what the she doesn't have a concept of money.
No.
She just thinks it has a never ending. It's like in the end of the barrel that just don't never end. It's a never ending song for her.
Well, and if you're in a place of power and you're blue, there is a bottomless pit. Just keep just keep printing the shit. Just keep printing it. Just keep printing it. We'll be okay. Just keep printing it.
Well, speaking of printing it, I heard, and this is through grapevine, so this isn't fact, so I'm just going to throw it out there because it's got to be factual, I know, but you know that China has a copy of our printing, our little presses for our money.
Oh, really?
hmm Yeah, we gave them some. That must have been, maybe it was the Ukraine, one of those people. It was probably the Ukraine. It was probably Hunter that gave them to him. Anyway, I know one of those countries have it, and I'm like, well, and they need it. Why? Oh, because they can just print up as much as they want to and just filter it in along with ours. Yeah,
Sure. Why not? And last but not least, as our fearless vice president,
borders are.
she failed on the economy with inflation reaching the highest in 40 years. And grocery prices are over 21% up.
I believe that. I believe that because Trump talked today and he said the average American family is paying $28,000 more a year to live the way they did when he was in office. Think about that. $28,000 a year more now than when he was in office. That's a lot of money
Yeah,
a year. That's a lot of money.
sure is. And no, not last but not least, but she failed obviously as the border czar.
Oh yeah, she did.
Do
She's
you know
welcome.
how many? Do you know how many people have come in?
28 million I heard today. 23 million.
10.
10 million.
10 million.
Trump said 23 million today.
I don't know. Maybe I'll have to go back and do a dive on that because my fact said 10 million, but I don't know. I didn't check the date.
Right? Because we got a bunch of them coming right now.
Could be. Could very well be.
You know, speaking of that immigrant thing, this deal in Colorado, you guys, is real. It's real. And it had to start somewhere. Even the attorney general in Colorado is now finally starting to step up and say, okay, it's real and it's been going on for a year, but we've been trying to put it under control. What?
All right.
What? You've been trying to put it under control for a year and you haven't?
What is there to control? You call in, you call in everybody you can call in, and you just round them suckers up
and send them home. Send them packing. We don't want them here. We don't want them here. When your government fails you, y'all, you got to stand up. But I'm telling you right now, the Attorney General of Colorado said, this has been going for a year. Sorry, someone leaked it. Well, hello, badass American. It's so good to be here. Like and subscribe. We love new people. And you said, I got to show this one because you know this is my favorite. Pelosi was handed $40 million for helping pass Obamacare. You know what? I believe that. I believe that with all my heart because I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something right now. Nancy Pelosi is about as crooked as the day is long. She is crooked. She's got horns, you know. That woman has horns. And I wouldn't trust her to babysit my cat.
No. No.
I'll tell you another scam on Pelosi, badass, now that you want to talk about it. Did you know that her daughter was the one that was doing the caregiving for Feinstein before she passed away? Now, isn't that funny?
Yeah, she is in her 80s.
She
She
is
needs
in
to
her
go
80s.
away.
She's 82. My mama said she's 82, but I sure think she's older than that. I think she's lied about her age. But her daddy was a mob boss in New Jersey. I swear I think Alyssa Milano is right. Oh, you think? Well, her daughter, like I
Ability,
said, her daughter was taking care of Feinstein.
right?
Don't you think her daughter had a little persuading while Feinstein's mental capacity was going downhill? She was saying, "You need to vote on this. Mama says you need to vote on this. Or here, just give me the paper and I'll vote for you."
Right? Right?
You know, she's
You know, and
crooked.
it's
Oh,
a shame about Alyssa Milano because she was such a cute little girl.
you know what? They're all standing up and talking stupid. I'm telling
Yeah,
you right now, they're
yeah,
all standing up and they're talking stupid.
yeah. Okay, so my last fact that about Miss Kamala is that she crippled the oil and the gas productions, and therefore gas prices are up 30%.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, well, yeah. And now one of the things she wants to do, she wants to tax you 40% on your capital gains tax on your house, and you haven't even sold it yet. How about that?
Oh yeah, yeah, we went through that already, badass. We went through just the lovely things she did for San Francisco and California as attorney generals. You'll have to watch it back. Um yeah, but I had promised to do facts between Kamala and Trump. So I can run through the facts of what Trump wants to do,
Okay.
and then we can go on with our true crimes
Well,
night.
before you do that, I got some real exciting news. Guess who's going to be in the Trump administration, y'all? None other than Elon Musk. And guess what his job is? He is going to go through and cut the fat of the people that are getting money that don't need money, or the money that we're spending that we don't need to be spending. Boy, won't that be good? I was tickled to death. I was jumping up and down like a high school homecoming queen. Awesome.
Okay, so just real quick, 9 of the 20 of his promises, he these are the things he wants to do. He wants to eliminate tax on Social Security.
Hell yeah.
He wants to let the voters in each state um vote for the abortion policies. He wants to rebuild the cities. So there you
There
go.
you go.
He's
There you go, badass. That's
building
his
new
deal.
cities.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He wants to rebuild the cities. He wants to keep the violent criminals off of the streets.
Amen.
He wants to keep men out of women's sports and protect women's scholarships by reversing the Biden Harris rewrite of Title IX. I did not know they did that.
Oh, they did all kinds of shady things and didn't tell anybody.
And he wants to unleash American energy production to lower gas prices and inflation. He wants to stop the out of control spending. And he wants to eliminate taxes on tip based workers. So there are your facts, folks. I promised them, I got them,
And there's
and those
another
are the
fact
facts.
on Trump that I was listening to him today, and he said what he wants to do is he's
Yes,
going to drop the taxes. Right now, they're at 24% for business owners, and he wants to drop it down to 15. But listen, the reason he wants to drop it down to 15 is because he wants everything made in America.
right.
Doesn't want anything imported, say made in China or Taiwan or Mexico or Indonesia or
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh or Zimbabwe or any of them places. No more.
Right, right.
So what he said is if you really want to run your country, your business outside the United States, and by the way, that is like guess what, Dell computer, you better stop and think about this. And all you people, Verizon, doing your thing, and all you people that are farming out your jobs to Mexico and the Philippines and all these places, yeah, you better stop and think about it, because he said you will not be benefiting of these tax cuts at all. You will continue to pay what you are paying now, if not more. So it would behoove you to bring back the jobs to America. Hallelujah. We need to bring back our textile mills and coal mines. Yes, sir, we do. And we need, and you know what else we need to do? We need to do everything in America. So, there's a lot of places that are online that's not going to be too happy when we decide that, you know what, I'm going to buy I'm going to buy my Made in America t-shirt that says Made in the USA on the tag and not Made in Indonesia.
Okay. About someone told you that Reagan was the guy who taxed tips. Taxing tips began in 1982 after Congress enacted the Tax Equality and Fiscal Responsibility Act as a means of generating revenue through a series of tax increases, spending cuts, and other measures. So did he do it per se? Or was it
Congress? He doesn't do so much by himself. There's
right?
a bunch of scammers in there. We got them going on. Australia only imports cars. They no longer make their own. Well, we're only importing everything from everything, and we're going to start growing our own meat in laboratories. We are no, you know what I was thinking about? We're like a bus station.
Right.
Everybody just brings them in, takes them, and we don't export nothing.
Nope.
That's business 101. If you don't export something, you don't bring the money, and then we're exporting our money. Here, let me hire you. I heard that. Now, you know what? This is a scary thing, but I heard this from a friend of mine. All right, I live here in Texas, and the port is a big thing, right? Well, a lot of people got laid off because they brought in robots to run their jobs.
Or they're dishing them out to the Philippines.
Well, yeah, that's that customer service area. Don't you love it when you go, I've got a computer problem. I don't know what's going on with my Windows. And you talk to somebody that you don't know that says his name is Bob. And he ain't Bob. His name is not Bob, I'm telling you right now. And the girl's name is not Jane.
No.
They must have read our kindergarten books about Dick and Jane, because no, their names are not that. The real truth is we probably couldn't pronounce their names.
Oh my gosh, I did not hear that. Look at that.
China has grown a brain and used human stem cells implanted in humanoid robots to control it. You know what? Now that's playing God, and that's getting scary.
Yes, it is.
You know what? I wouldn't want to put my hands in that. I would not want to dabble in that if I were a person that decided to do that.
If they can do that, think about it. What can they put in our food or our medicines to be mind controlling?
They're already doing it. They're already doing it. You know what? If you took your water that comes out of the tap and you checked it for what's in it, it would scare the living devil out of you. Do you know there's a little bit arsenic in it?
Yeah. Yeah. But here's the thing. I don't drink my tap water.
I don't either.
I haven't drank tap water, I want to say, in probably 10 to 15 years.
No. No, I don't want to drink tap water either. I don't drink tap water, but I'm telling you, find out what's in it. It's kind of scary. And how long has that been going on? I know that putting too much fluoride in it has been for a long time.
Well, you know something's up when you turn the shower on, you shut the door, and you walk out for a second and walk back in, and it smells you like you walked into a swimming pool.
Hmm. Hmm. I'll tell you another thing. Have after you take a shower and you rinse off and you take a black towel and dry off and see all the white that comes off your skin. What is that? What is that that's sticking to me when I get out of the shower? Yep, you're right. Reverse osmosis. That's all we're going to be able to do. Something's going to have to be done. All right. Now that we're gonna do the debate, and it's gonna be good. I can't wait. I'm so excited for next Tuesday to talk about it, to listen to Kamala weasel her way out of it. I got a buzzer for it, and Linda's got a bell. We're gonna just go to town. It is gonna be a singing and dancing kind of
The
night.
bell is the truth, the buzzer is false. So we know who will be hitting their buzzer or
I
bell the
might
most.
wear my battery down on my buzzer, but badass, you need to be here. It's gonna be a good night.
Yeah,
So tonight we do true crime, and there's so much true crime out there. I don't even know where to begin. This deal in Aurora, Colorado is definitely true crime. True crime. And now it's going on in Chicago, and they're saying, no, you know what? That's not going on in Chicago. It isn't going on in Chicago. They are lying. It is not. They're just copying Aurora. No, I think people are starting to step up. Yeah, and that Georgia shooting was terrible.
Do you know that was the school that one of my very dear friend's daughter went to?
That Georgia's,
That
it's
school?
terrible. You know what? They never did say, did they ever say why the person did it?
No, but you know, the thing that really has me puzzled was that he called the school and told them he was coming to do it. Why didn't they put it on lockdown? Oh, they put it on lockdown. But why did they let him in the building?
I didn't, you know what? I didn't even know about it. That
Yeah.
much about it.
Why did they even let him in the building?
Where'd he get it? Where'd he get the gun? Was it his daddy's gun?
Probably he's 14.
Well, then that means his daddy's going to go to prison for the rest of his life because they'll blame the daddy. And I don't think that's right.
Well, isn't that just a coincidence?
Oh, that he lived
He
on
lived on
Bethlehem Road.
Bethlehem Road.
That's kind of weird. Colt on
Yes.
Bethlehem Road.
That's very weird.
Badass. My case was old Sarah Boone. There's a whole lot to talk about there. Sarah Boone went in front of the judge this last week. She finally found herself an attorney. Now, here's the thing that's funny about Sarah Boone. She's been in county prison for 5 years and still has not gone before the judge and has not had her case. 5 years. She's had 8 attorneys. She's on her 9th attorney. I guess she decided she kind of likes this guy. But I think, I'm starting to see a pattern here, aren't you? And I'm starting to think that, you know what I think? I think what she does is she gets so far into it and then she fires them so they'll delay the case. And they'll just put it away forever. Yes, the suitcase killer. And she was giggling over there when they were asking. He was asking for some more time. I need some more time because you know what? This court case is going to hearing the 14th of October, and I just got the case. So I need a little bit more time. And the judge said, no.
Sorry.
I've had enough.
You
I've had
lose.
enough. We ain't going there anymore. No more. We're not going there. You are going to go in front of the judge and you're going to do your case, and it's going to start on October 14th or whatever. We're not doing this anymore. We're not delaying anymore. Sarah, keep giggling over there because it's not going to happen. Not this time. You will not get it this time.
Right.
You should have seen her. She was looking over at the camera going, I thought,
Oh God.
woman, what are you doing over there like a Cheshire cat? You are just as silly and stupid as they come.
Yep, that's for sure.
We're going to see if you fit in a suitcase. Okay, once you're found guilty, we're not going to give you lethal injection. We're going to have you crawl in a suitcase and we're going to zip it up and see how long you can hold your breath. And then we're all going to go to bed. And if you're still awake the next day, if you still survived, then maybe we'll let you off of death. We'll let you off of the death penalty and just give you life. All right? How's that sound? What you think?
I'm sorry. I was listening to Ellie Mae and Earl.
I just think that I think that's a good idea. Let her crawl in a suitcase and let the judge zip it up. You know, she had to lock that suitcase. Y'all.
She had to have, because you can poke your finger in a zipper and spread it apart. I mean, I've done it, and not in a suitcase, but I've done it. Like with a purse or something. You just take your finger and you poke it enough and keep pushing and prying. You can get that zipper apart. I'm not saying that he didn't try. That's not what I'm saying.
Well, I'm sure he tried and he begged and he pleaded, please let me out of this suitcase. Please, honey, I love you. Please, please, I love you. She didn't care. She did not care at all that he was in that suitcase because she said, you're getting exactly what you deserve. Now, I don't know who died and gave her the judgment to be able to do whatever she wants to do to whomever she wants to do because she feels like it's right.
Right.
But there's going to be, 13 juror members that are going to be sitting there with one alternate saying, you know what? We're going to judge you now. It's our turn.
I don't. I'm just thinking, and it's like, who in their right mind? I don't care what anybody promised me. I would never get in a suitcase and let somebody zip it up. It's like, no, I don't trust you enough. I don't trust my children. I don't trust my grandchildren. I don't trust anybody that much.
I don't like confined places that much. I would have been freaking out the minute I curled up in there. I wish you would never gotten it closed. That's what I gotta say.
Yeah.
And then they said that they were both drunk. They were both drunk, and now she was. I can guarantee you that because I heard the tape. She was just as lit as a Christmas turkey. But
oh yes, she was.
he didn't sound like he had that much to drink.
No, he didn't. And they said what? They only had a glass of wine each or something?
Oh, you did? But you know what? I bet you could get out of that dresser drawer since you got yourself in there. I don't know. This guy, she had to lock the suitcase. Now I got you in there. Now it's got a lock on it. Now what are you going to do? Do you want a straw to breathe through? I mean,
she could have at least given him a straw.
You know what? There's just some people that are they are just born evil. Just flat evil.
Get off on involuntarily manslaughter.
You think? Well, you know what? I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think so. And I'll tell you why. I don't think that she's going to get off on involuntary manslaughter because it was premeditated. She had it all in design on exactly how she was going to take care of him. And
you don't just happened to have a suitcase laying around in the open.
And how do you go? Well, you know what? We're gonna play hide and seek, and why don't you crawl in that suitcase?
Right, exactly. We're gonna play hide and seek, and you get in the suitcase.
And then I'm
But
gonna zip it.
I, where was his mind?
Well,
When
okay.
you're playing hide and seek, you're not supposed to know where the person is. They
You know
don't tell
what?
you where to go hide.
I gotta tell you something. These killers that are really they're evil, just evil. You know that Wade Wilson.
Yeah.
He is. Yeah. Did you hear him say? Did you hear her say that? She said, "This is what you get for cheating on me."
Right.
Really, really, death? Does it come to
Right.
death? Okay. Well, Wade Wilson, he killed two, and the second one he killed, he ran over her so many times that he told his dad on the phone he turned her into spaghetti. And he said, how many times is that to turn somebody into spaghetti? And he said, about 100. Now, I don't know anybody that's going to count how many times they run over
Right.
somebody. But I'm going to say this. I've listened to all of his prison calls, and he is about as dumb as a box of rocks. I am telling you. And girls that run after him are just as stupid.
Oh yeah.
And it's not only girls that run after him, it's men.
If I killed every man that ever cheated on me, I'd be labeled as a serial killer.
Do you know how much money this man has got on his kiosk in the 5 years that he's been there from all these people? $83,000.
Who's going to get that?
Well, he gets it so he can buy himself some Twinkies and ding dongs and
I understand, but when they put him to death because he was sentenced death, who gets that money?
oh, he's already spent it, I'm sure, in 5 years on Hostess Twinkies and ding dongs. You ought to hear him. You guys, I'm sorry. It's not funny. It is not. This is not a laughing matter. But I'm going to tell you that if you listen to these prison calls, if you ever get a chance to go over and see Jumpsuit Pablo, he commentaries it really, really, really nice. But in every one of the phone calls, within 5 minutes, 5 minutes of the phone call, he's saying, so you think you can put some money on the kiosk today? How much you think you're going to be able to put on the kiosk?
You know what?
And I think you are a beggar and you're disgusting and I can't believe, and you sound stupid. Oh, it's pathetic. It's pathetic. I'm telling you.
That's funny.
Absolutely pathetic.
Not the crime that's funny. It's how stupid the criminal is.
And how stupid the people are that are calling him.
I mean, criminals are just dumb. They really, really are. They're just dumb.
One lady that called him all the time, and I'll keep her name out of my mouth because if you listen to the phone call, you'll figure out who she is. But Jumpsuit Pablo calls her Ursula from the Little Mermaid. But anyway, I know this is not a laughing matter, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm just laughing at how stupid these women are. You know, you're going to run after a man that you know dang good and well is never going to get out of prison. I guess, well, there you go. He's never going to cheat on you if he's in prison, is he?
You never know.
And I don't think you get conjugal visits on death row.
You never know if they're going to cheat or not.
Oh, this is true. He may drop the soap. You're right. I didn't even think about that. Well, and you know what? He don't care whether it's male or female. So, you know, I'm sure he probably will cheat. But, well, he did. I don't know how many times he sure hasn't kept himself faithful trying to get money on the kiosk. Anyway, and every one of them, it doesn't matter who's on the other end. He goes, hi, baby. How are you doing? What you doing? Oh, you having a good day? Did you go to work today? Oh, you did? And how much money did you put on my
Right.
every stinking phone call? Now, you know, I'm sorry. If I was a woman running after a man like that and I knew he had all those out there, I wouldn't call him. I wouldn't put no money on it. You
Not
got enough money to get your own. And there was a man named Joey that was calling him. I think he was like 100 years old. He sounded like he was an elderly, very elderly man. And at first we thought he might have been his grandfather, but it wasn't. And he goes, baby, baby, we're gonna get married. And I thought, you just told this old man you're gonna marry him, and you know dang good and well you're never getting out of jail. You're never getting out. You're never gonna see a sunrise. You are done.
crazy.
It's sickening. And it's really sickening to think that we got women out there that'll run that hard after him. The case in Tennessee of the guy and his uncle accused of killing a brother and sister. Guy is up for execution, but I don't think he did it. I really think it's a. Oh, you think that that was a. He's gonna. You know, that's the sad part. That's the sad part. Sometimes there's so much evidence pointing in another direction. Well, all right. Let's bring up our lovely multi-millionaire Gypsy Rose. That's a perfect example. Okay.
Yeah.
When they did the interrogation with Nick Godejohn, Nick Godejohn has Asperger's and autism and all kinds of things wrong with him. And he told him, yes, I stabbed her 4 times. And the lady said, are you sure it was only 4 times? And he said, yes, ma'am, I stabbed her 4 times. Okay, well, you know what? Usually when it comes to the handicapped in mind, they're not intelligent enough to tell you a lie. They tell the truth, whether it hurts
Right.
them or not. And what the true facts was Dee Dee Blanchard had 14 stab wounds. 14! And she had already been deceased before Nick Godejohn got there. Now, who do you think did that? Who do you think did that? The one that's over there that's all high and mighty talking about how wonderful she is and she's procreated and she's having a child now.
No, she's not pregnant.
Oh, well, you know what? She lies so much. Who knows?
Yeah, she said she's not pregnant.
Oh, did she say she's not? Last one I saw, she said she was 14 weeks. And now she's not.
She said not in these exact words, but basically she lied to make what's his face jealous. Her husband.
Ryan, you know
Yeah.
what? If I was Ryan Anderson, I would be so done with that crazy woman. You know what's scary about that situation? Her first husband kind of looked like her mama in male form, and her second kin kind of looks like her daddy. She's got mental problems, and she don't need to be out running around. She's just as guilty as Nick Godejohn is. I don't care. And Nick got life, and she didn't.
You know, there's some people in this world that shouldn't be allowed to have children.
They shouldn't be free to run around like she's running around. She did 10 years, for God's sake. Now, whether she did it or not, don't you think the one that told him how to do it and masterminded the plan is just as bad as the one that used the knife? I do.
I do.
And she's the one that sent the weapon in the mail.
Well, yeah, and we can go back to Anna Nicole Smith and her son. I mean, she just had a baby. It doesn't make any sense. And we could also go back to OJ's wife, Nicole Smith. Not Nicole.
Oh yeah, yeah. Her name was
OJ's wife. Wasn't her
yeah.
name Nicole too?
Her name was Nicole.
Yeah, we could go back to that. We know he did it. We know he did. Who else would have did it? Just
Well,
some
do you think?
random.
But do you think he? Do you think that? Do you think that he did it by himself, or do you think he had somebody with him?
What, his
I
one friend,
always kind of felt like that one guy was with him and
the
took
one that
out.
was driving the Bronco.
Yeah, the delivery guy got. He might have did Nicole, but I think that the guy driving the Bronco or something did the delivery guy.
Well, that's also just like Natalie Wood. She fell over on the boat.
Yeah, they overdosed, didn't they, badass? And then
Yeah,
Nicole
they did.
Smith and her son, both of them overdosed.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw her daughter looks just like her right now. Was a guy in Ohio. Let's see what this is. Was a guy in Ohio. He killed his fiance 12 years past. He finally confessed after her bones found in Indiana. He only got 3 years. 3 years. Come
Wow.
on. Come on. You know what? Okay, well, you know what? Hopefully, when he got his 3 years, they somebody got him in there and took care of business.
I think somebody got paid somewhere for that one.
I can guarantee you somewhere something happened.
That or they didn't.
Sick.
That or beyond circumstances or something, or I don't know. That's weird. That's really, really weird. I don't
Well,
get it.
here's the thing about Wade Wilson. He's so stupid that he confessed to his girlfriend on the phone with the reporter sitting next to him, and she was recording it. Of course, she didn't know that. He didn't know that. But it didn't matter. He confessed to her that he killed these two and ran over that lady 17 times. And then he said, I never confessed to doing anything. And I thought, wait, it was just the phone call prior to this one.
Right.
Just
Right.
say,
Yeah, you're right, badass. Yes, they both implied Robert Wagner, both of them, because they said they were fighting and arguing, and
yeah,
then and
he
then
never got a
then
date in jail.
I think supposedly he went to bed and woke up and she wasn't there. I think it was something like that. Something.
Well,
Like,
it's
I mean,
you
we could go back to Marilyn Monroe. We know who did her off.
well, we know who did Michael Jackson. That wasn't Michael Jackson wasn't an accident. Come on. Someone wanted to get rid of him too. This has been going since the beginning in time. But now but we got all these smart people, like those people that got away with it. Then we got people like Wade Wilson that tells everybody that he gets on a phone call with that he did it. And then he said, I never confessed.
Going back to Michael Jackson, do you remember that he said right before he died, he said either 5 or 7 years. He's like, we only have 5 years to get it right, or 7 years to get it right, something like that. And then he died. So everybody thought something was going to happen real big after 5 or 7 years.
Right. Well, there you go.
I don't know. That's also like just the Elvis Presley thing. Come on.
It said he made somebody mad in the mafia.
He had something going with Nixon. He had something cooking with Nixon.
Well, and they said he turned over state's evidence on the mafia, and they bumped him off. Then they said we really didn't die. He's really that preacher over there in Missouri that he hid himself.
Right. And the thing that was so weird about that is that Bob Joyce is his name.
Mm-hmm. There you go. There's his name.
He was at Lisa Marie. Now, if Daddy can do it, daughter can do it. If it's true.
Yeah, they all can just go hide themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he sounds just like him. He's got a voice that sounds just like him when he
Even
preaches
when
and
he
when he
even when
sings.
he
Oh
talks.
my God! Close your eyes. You'd swear to God it was him.
Yeah,
You know, I've heard some impersonators
I do too.
that
I
are
do
pretty
too.
good, but
To
I
be
kind of
honest.
believe I kind of that is I kind of believe that this is him too. I he says too many things and too many. You know, when Elvis was doing his karate thing, he was a black belt and he was always doing karate and everything. Well, in one of his sparring, he broke his little finger,
Yep. I was
and
just gonna say that.
it's kind of hooked. Well, so is that preacher's, and it just happens to be the same finger. Kind of. That's just kind of coincidental, isn't it?
And he tries to hide it.
He does have the same mannerisms. He sure does. When he
Yeah,
sings,
Elvis was
when
a
he talks,
gentle person.
he was. But you know what? He made somebody really mad that was up in the
Well,
mafia, and he had to
if
have.
you remember, he went to see Nixon, and Nixon supposedly made him an honorary FBI agent or
Yeah,
secret
something like that. I remember hearing something about that.
something
Yep,
like that.
yep.
Because it was it if I'm not mistaken, it had to do with the drug industry. So how ironic would it be that he would overdose on prescription drugs, even though the ex-girlfriend said he didn't consider himself a drug addict because his medicines were prescribed for him?
Well, didn't he? They did, and that casket was closed too. That's another thing that was funny. It
No, it
wasn't.
wasn't.
I thought it was closed casket.
No, and they spelt his name wrong. Now, after all these years, why wouldn't they have gotten that fixed? They spelt his middle name wrong. Now, you would think
Wasn't
if
it
it was Elvis
his
Presley,
twin brother?
his twin brother died at birth.
Right, but didn't he use? They used his the twin brother's middle name or something. It was something off there in reference to his twin brother. I don't know, but I'm going to tell you right now. I believe like y'all do. And if it's a conspiracy theory, well, okay, so it is. Will we ever have facts? Probably not until after he's gone.
Or until after we're gone.
Well, they said he looked they said it looked like it was wax.
Yes. And they said it was extremely, extremely heavy. His coffin was extremely heavy.
Well, if it
Like,
was wax, it would be heavy.
well, they tried to say that it was a solid bronze, but if you look at the footage, that was a very deep casket, and they said that he was underneath it, in it, underneath, and it had the oxygen and the everything in there. I don't know what that would have been the purpose of, but those are some of the rumors that have gone around.
Well, that's like Oswald said he took the fall, but he didn't do it.
Right,
He claims he's innocent and has been innocent the whole time.
right.
Um, I don't know, but I saw a movie of footage one time where it showed him driving, and it shows the driver turning around with the gun and shooting him. But I had a hard time believing that too because I would have thought that he was too close. The driver was too close. There would have been a lot more damage to his head. I don't know, but there's a lot there. And did you hear that was one of Trump's things? And we will when when RFK said when RFK said that he was going to go on the Trump train and he was going to support Trump. Trump said, and when I win, we will open up these files and we will look and see what really did happen to your uncle. And I thought, well, won't that be lovely?
Yeah, too bad they can't be punished for who did it because they're already dead.
Yeah, Oswald already did all the time. It's sad.
Well, I mean, I said it before. Yes, he is. He's still alive too. He's another one that offed himself.
Do you think, badass? You think he's that guy that's always standing behind him with the curly hair and that hat, that goofy hat, and wears a jacket? Because that guy's did everything. In fact, they had that same guy at the polling booths that was saying, "Look, they were hiding ballots underneath the table," and I thought that's that same guy.
Yeah, he was there at the shooting, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was right behind him.
Yeah, they said that yeah, you're right. GA.
Yeah.
And with JFK, they said that he's got 4 children. It's not like none of these people don't have enough money to buy an island like, EP.
Well, you know what? That's another one. That's another one. I'm sorry. I still believe that man's still alive.
Oh yeah.
Because they said that he looked just like the cook. And Fancy the cook wasn't there the next day.
Right.
Now,
right.
Guys, our life isn't nothing but a movie, and we just keep watching it. We watch the news and we think,
just like that Jim Carrey movie.
Yeah. Richard Bronson has his own island. Well, you know what? I got news for you.
Yeah, he does.
Epstein had 3 or 4 of them, and he had houses in England, and he had houses everywhere. So, I think Epstein's still alive. I do. I think that he had too much dirt on everybody for them to off him. That dirt would have came out in a heartbeat if someone had killed him, because he made sure his brother had that stuff, that black book.
Yep. Oh my.
It's that time, guys. It's that time. We have to cut it short. I could sit here all night.
Our hateful time.
But we have to do it because we got to be on here to do our buzzer and our bell.
Right. So
we love y'all.
Badass American, thank you for staying with us. Please subscribe and like and share with your friends. We enjoyed having you tonight. Welcome.
And we will be here on
Monday.
Tuesday. We'll be here Monday, but we'll be here on Tuesday for the debate. So it's going to be late. So watch for the time, because the time's going to be different. Monday will be 6:30 normal time. And we will we will get ourselves ready.
Are you Eastern or Central? Or Pacific, badass? So, yes, good night to you too.
Good night
to you all. Thank you for your love and support.
We will have a great weekend. Monday. Have a great weekend.
Okay, Midwest. So your Eastern time at 7:30 is when we start. So,
yep. All right. Take care. We'll see you Monday. Have a
everybody.
safe and blessed weekend.
Good night.